PSA president says current turnaround times are unacceptable. No.
Unjustifiably in a position.
Let's see what he has to say. It's an unacceptable level, full stop, no excuses there. I mean, you had this done during 2021, and now here we are again without COVID, without people sitting at home, without people with the general public with free money in their pocket to spend, and somehow we're having the same problem. Day and night shifts, possibly AI grading. I don't know. They bought Genamint. It's never talked about. They bought Genamint in 2021, a grading AI service. And it just makes me speculate that in 30 seconds, that's a disservice to all of us. So not only does he want to pick up the turnaround time, well, how are you going to do that? Because you're already spending less than 30 seconds per card. So I think maybe Genamint is not talked about enough. And I will also mention something else I didn't put up here, but at the same time they bought Genamint, and I might do a video on this, I might not, I don't know, but they announced that they were going to have a 70-point fingerprint on every single card. That's what PSA said. PSA said they were going to have the capability to basically fingerprint every card. So even if it's not serial numbered, we're not serial numbered, we have a fingerprint, and that's how you can know all of us from one another. So that's what they said they have the capability of doing. And this was in maybe I'm getting my years wrong. It might have been 2022. I'm almost like 90% positive they bought Genamint in 2021. But the point is, when they did this, they said they could they'd have a fingerprint on every card. And I don't want to mention, that's 2021. Genamint bought by PSA. What year was this? 2021. April 2021, PSA acquires Genamint. And in this, they also mention how, they're going to end up getting a fingerprint on every card in 2021. Think about the advancements of AI in the past 5 years. I mean, it's incredible, the advancements in the past 5 years in AI. So to think they can't grade cards with AI, to think they're probably not already doing it somewhat, they say they're not. And people, in the interview, they said, now when I interviewed Rocco was a bit of a space cadet. Love you, buddy. And he is someone I spent 5 hours on the phone with. So again, you love it. He gave me my biggest interview of all time. And you can't find him anymore. His channel's gone. He's disappeared. There's no way to communicate with him. But he said in that interview that in the computer, in the system, it would show you in the order. If you go back to 30 cards, it'll flag 10 of them. So much power, and it's some guy making $20 an hour, $25 an hour, and he's not doing it to and like, man, here's what kind of pisses me off, man. I'm working there, and as I go through all the orders, now what happens often is you'll see an order that comes back with like a card that's already went through the system. Okay, so this card's already went through the system. This person cracked the case. He got an 8. Didn't like the fact that he got an 8. He cracks the case. He sends the card back in, right? Oh, all the time that happens.
Yes, but so we know.
Oh, you do know. Wait a minute, that's big news. So yes. PSA does know. I get a 9 Jordan. I want to try to make it a 10.
But the point is that like they'll come in and there's a flag next to it. Like there's a flag next to it. Like, this card has been submitted before.
Crazy. Okay, so they know, because that's a problem that some people say they shouldn't be always regrading the same card.
So when I would go through, when I would pull that card up, right, because you have to go back to the order to find it, right? You have to go back to the original order to find it. And so when I would go back to these original orders, I would see 20, 30 cards submitted, whatever it may be. And if you look, usually it's about 25 to 30% get 10s, okay, on average. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, I'm telling you, we're 5 years later, they fingerprint every card. Every card, they know it got an 8 in January, and it got a 6 last April, and it got a 9 in 2022, and it got a 4, and they're playing with you. This is all speculation, but it's probably not too far-fetched. It's 2026, and I think what they want to do is they want to somehow announce AI grading to you in the world and pretend like they're not already doing it. But PSA acquires Genamint, introduces next generation technology, and maybe someone has more information on this. Maybe we can get a hold of Nat Turner decline coming on.
But maybe someone can give us the straight story. What happened to Genamint? It's 5 years later. AI's only gotten way better. You're spending 20 seconds per card. They're supposed to grade edges, corners, surface, and what am I missing? Edges, corners, surface, centering. So AI could take care of the centering real easy. So that skips about how. So you're supposed to spend 5 seconds determining each corner. You're supposed to spend 5 seconds determining the surface. And this is 5 seconds determining the centering and 5 seconds on whatever the hell I didn't already say. Corners, borders. Okay. So how does that work? And that's supposed to decide whether your card is going to sell for 50 grand or 5 grand or 4,500 and 500. I'm going to look at chat because some of you might have more information on this than I do, but 30 seconds is ridiculous. You don't inspect and value a house or car in 30 seconds, and some cards are as valuable or even more. So it's all, as we say in the intro, Fugazi. That Logan Paul, Ken Golden, who there'll be more on him. There will be more on that. I'll save that one for myself for a video, but there will be definitely more on that. That card is a 9 at best. Everyone knows it. Everyone in the Pokemon community says it's off-center. It's obvious. There's no shame. There is no shame. It just looks better if it's a 10. Someone mentioned that like we're at the point where people are grading 1 of 1s. Why does it matter if it's a 10, 9, 8? It's the only one. And people will spend more if it's a 10 1 of 1 than a 9 1 of 1. That's just where we're at. But there's nothing different. Anyways, this Genamint, I'm saying it wrong. Genamint, excuse me. I always thought it was I thought there was an M there. Genamint. What happened to it in 2021? What happened to saying you guys say you're going to fingerprint every card? It's good for business. They're not going to survive. Look, here it is. They took on a lot of pots, and now they did that to try to bring in some more revenue, but they're going to lose money if they can't have people continue to regrade. And I am thinking, and this is just me through logic and some research, that yeah, bro, they got the fingerprinted cards. They know every card that comes in there. They know how often it's been graded, when it was graded last, every grade it's got, because they said in 2021 they were leading to that technology and it was coming. And now it's 2026. And we all live in modern day, maybe not United States, I know some overseas viewers, but you all live and you've all seen what AI has done in the past 5 years. It's night and day. So again, they're grading cards in 20 seconds. Another one, and I know they have so many cards they have to get to, but you know what works 24 hours? AI. And do you know PSA has day and night shifts? They don't sleep, and neither does AI. So that's just my little take on do better. What's going on? You're not transparent. And what happened to Genamint? What happened to the fingerprint? Acquiring and integrating Genamint will allow us to grade more trading cards faster while improving accuracy. Wah, wah, said Nat Turner. We're not eliminating humans from the grading process and continue. We're improving the process by adding technology. And this was 5 years ago. Anyways, it's a thought. It's something to think about, chew on. Genamint, I wasn't even planning on going there. Fanatics, good old Fanatics, giving you a collector's credit.
What up, everybody? This is Robert Ory, a.k.a. Big Shot Bob, and you're watching Professional Sports Cards. Hey, by the way, go buy my rookie card.